Yeah, I'm just gonna look.
I'm gonna do a snap zoom here video just to check it out.
So we're looking at a couple of encrusting sponges we just taking a peek at. They seem to be on this exposed rock. We haven't been able, we've sampled actually a couple of different encrusting sponges yesterday on one of the rock collections we obtained.
Thank you, video.
So Jason was telling us on shore that this particular material here looks like some of the source material for the debris we're seeing downslope.
It's a nice crack edge on the left to view.
Ah.
Yeah, so you can see the contrast here between the rock we were just looking at and then this darker manganese coated. This looks to be more exposed to the seawater for a longer period of time. Yesterday we were seeing mostly
got a cave
this type of rock, black, very smooth looking manganese.
Anybody home? Doesn't look like it.
Yeah, that's interesting. On the top of this rock we're looking at right now, there's a really good cutaway of
that's okay. Thanks.
Of the manganese crust, and it might be possible to see how thick some of this crust is in this area.
I can just tilt up from here. We can try to get an idea on the thickness, get lasers on it.
Right on top where that crack occurs. Probably on the back side might be better. It looks a little bit more freshly carved.
Is that full wide video? Oh, perfect.
A lot of the thickness of these manganese coatings on the rock is dependent on the oceanography in a particular area and at a particular depth. We were learning this morning that these coatings take thousands of years to come about.
Yeah, you want to come on in?
Even just a few millimeters in some cases. So we're looking at kind of a cross section of this rock now that looks like it was more recently cut or cracked.
I'll try to slide left down the...
Sure. Kind of hanging on by a toe here.
Excellent. All right. Very good, pilot. I think we're satisfied with that shot.
Copy. How you looking, co-pilot?
Good. Camera's at 58 degrees or so. And
you think you're still moving?
I think it's settled out.
Copy. Well, maybe I'll wait till I get up ahead a little ways and then call in another one.
Sounds good. Can we look along to the right here? Just kind of
Sure.
along the wall.
Sure.
Or along the top of this area where it kind of transitions to sediment. Yeah, so this looks to be where some of the material was carved out of. This actually looks really, I would call it, quote unquote, fresh rock face.
Maybe a slow
It's either
tilt
white or
up
tan in color.
in this area.
Very good, pilot, thanks. So you can see on the shore it wouldn't take much of a shaking or of a earthquake or any sort of disturbance in this area to send a bunch of rocks sliding downhill, or perhaps more than a bunch of rocks, perhaps an entire part of the hillside.
I think we can get another one in.
Copy that. I think Sirius can see over it now.
Okay. Copy that.
So you okay with another 20?
Yeah.
Okay.
Video swapping out.
Bridge,
Copy.
RV nav. Hey, another move if you're ready. Same one, 20 meters at 270, 0.2 knots. Good copy.
There's a bit more sediment here than when we were just a little bit lower, but I think we anticipate a rather steep part wall or vertical face coming up as well.
Kind of looks like a little
Copy that
sediment
video.
chute. It's like a little indentation.
Welcome.
Pilot, this is Watch Lead.
Go ahead, Watchley.
Can you really fast snap zoom? There's something purple and circular on the rock. It's coming in.
Upper left.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
Go take a look. Copy.
Yeah. It's kind of like a sea star.
Yeah, I think it's a
Chris
slime
Ma
star.
doing.
Yeah, it's a crinoid as well. Two echinoderms.
Does Chris Ma have Saturday plans? Okay, come on in, video.
This looks like a type of slime star we were just saying. And
Oh, and a polychaete.
yeah, this one,
We haven't seen.
yeah, we haven't seen this one, but I've seen it before in this region. It's a pterastrid, same family as the pteraster we were seeing earlier, but this one's called hymenaster. Also in the slime stars. Sometimes if you're really patient, this is this giant madrepore in the middle. It actually opens and closes.
Oh, we saw one
Yeah, did you see it?
yesterday, yeah. That's trippy.
Copy.
Very
Sorry,
cool.
Emily. Copy.
It looks like maybe a small little clear demo sponge to the top right of the
Copy that.
sea star.
Yeah, that was the sponge we saw encrusting on the just a little bit below us. It was much bigger. Maybe it was 20 centimeters across.
Okay,
Very
thanks.
good. Thanks.
Sure, whatever
Continue
your
on.
clear video. Copy.
Pilot, at your convenience, I know we had a change out for after lunch. Would you like to do a round of introductions?
Sure, that's right. My mistake. Yeah, we can do introductions here. Currently sitting pilot. My name is Chris Ritter, working with the Global Foundation for Ocean Exploration, as are all of my colleagues here in the front row and in the clipping station. I'll let Nav introduce himself.
Andy Lister sitting in nav.
And Tony Arnold at co-pilot.
In the video shading chair, I'm Emily Nero. And in the back, we have Art Howard in the video clipping chair.
And of course, also in the back row, we have Steve Oskovich. I'm one of the co-science leads, as well as Stacy Williams.
Hello.
We're going to be narrating the next couple hours of dive. We have an extended dive today, so we're going to be with you a little bit shorter than usual. So our dive plan today is going to take us up this rather steep slope. It's, believe it or not, going to get steeper than it is already. At least we expect that. So we're going to go up this steep slope, and around 2 o'clock, 2:15 or so, local ship time, Atlantic Standard Time, we will be transitioning into phase 2 of today's dive, which is a mid-water survey portion, where we'll have scientists on shore joining us to explore the nectonic community in the mid-water in this area. That'll be between the depths of about, well, we'll do a transect as close as we can to the bottom, and then at around
I believe
900.
it's going to start like around 2,300.
Yep. So we'll move off the wall to do that and start a transect, and then generally in the range of 300 to 900 meters, we'll do several stratified transects.
Just keep us moving if you feel a lull there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm done swinging and
We have one
pretty
solid
far out.
return, but we can see over it, so with Sirius.
Copy that. That's could be me.
I
Nah.
think you're right here at
Yeah.
about 20 meters. This one's more like
Oh, I thought you were at
40
30.
meters.
Gotcha. Yep. Yeah.
Bridge, RV nav. Bridge, this is nav. Hey, Bridge, we're going to put in another ship move if you're ready. Same move, 20 meters at 270, 0.2. Good copy.
We're now crossing a depth of about 2,590 meters, rising very rapidly. There's still some more debris in this area. It looks like a combination of darker rock, manganese-coated rock, or iron manganese crust, rather. Some smaller pieces of tan or white-colored rock. Seen a little bit more biology on this dive so far, but it's been sparse.
Did you get?
I was kind of expecting more of like a hard ground wall type feature. Maybe we haven't reached that area yet, just yet.
Yeah, I think so. So if we look here, on high pack they put where the 30-degree slope, 44, and then 60-degree slopes might be found. I think we're still getting there, but it's rising very quickly. So if you're watching on stream 3, high pack is the lower left quadrant, and the sonar is in the lower right, I think. Yeah, that's what it looks like. But on the bathymetry we were looking at this morning, it's a very, very steep feature. Some kind of
Not sure
maybe.
what that is. Yeah. Oh, this looks like a branching bryozoan or something.
Right there?
Yeah, right here.
Yep. Oh, this looks very much like one of the bryozoans we were seeing earlier on in the cruise. So, I mean, there is a fair amount of colonizing animal fauna on these rocks. You just have to find ones that look more, I think, this might be a little bit too much of a generalization, but I would say more of the biology we've found attached has been on this darker coated manganese sides of the rock.
Let's see. There's like a small little yellow branching.
Super tiny. Tough to tell. I think it's moving a little bit too much to be a coral.
Thank you, Bridge.
Could be a type of foraminifera. They live in sediments and on the sides of rocks like this.
Looks like a baby little squat lobster. Is that a squat lobster?
Definitely some type of crustacean. Okay, I think we're all set there, pilot. It's a little bit deceiving. Some of these rocks, they look to be more or less loose, but yeah.
That's a deep.
Is there something else?
Yeah, pilot, there's another branching right to the right of the lasers. Can we snap zoom? Yeah, I don't know if it's fallen over, but it looks a little bit bigger than the bryozoan. It's right, yeah, right. It's above, it's a rock above. It's the same. It might be the same. It looked larger. Okay, that's okay, pilot.
Oh, there we go. Another carnivorous sponge, gladerized sponge.
This has a little bit of a different growth form than the ones that we've been seeing.
Yeah, very, very spiny.
Has this like tip at the end.
Yeah. I'll have to go back to the paper where they discussed gladerizeds in this area. I don't immediately recognize it. Very good, pilot. Thanks.
I think I'll hold off on this next move until we see what that feature is in summer. Yeah, should be. Maybe 8 meters out.
Does look a little bit different. Okay.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good guess. Yeah. He's got some swing left. We could go 10 meters right now, though, to keep it moving if you want. Okay, 15. Bridge, RV nav. Ready for another ship move. 15 meters at 270, 0.2 knots. Good copy.
This we're approaching another more vertical feature that the pilots are investigating to make sure it's safe to proceed. A lot of these walls could potentially have overhangs or potentially dangerous situations that could get the vehicle stuck. We want to avoid those. This one is almost entirely iron manganese coated, whereas the other rock surfaces were a little bit more mixed. There was a bit of white or tan fresh rock surface. This looks to be a little bit more exposed to the seawater for a longer period of time.
And you could kind of see where there's those like pieces of the rock have broken off because they're lighter in color.
Yeah.
Oh, starboard, sorry.
Oh, this looks like the Syrianthid we were looking at the other day.
Yesterday.
Although, hold on.
Yeah, it has the inner ring of tentacles.
Can't quite, yeah, now I see it. It was a little bit difficult to see since they're so dark against the oral disc. Yep, so this, oh, there, wow. using its other ring of tentacles there. There might be some particulate matter it's chasing. Yeah, I see. That's a little bit more well defined.
Yeah.
The way that it's bouncing around, though, we're looking at behind the anemone. There's a yellow fan-shaped object, and I swear I saw a yellow bryozoan the other day on our dive on the Virgin Islands Trough, and I wonder if this looks very similar to that. It looks very small. I would suggest it's probably a bryozoan rather than a coral, but I think a coral might be a little bit more rigid. This bryozoan seems to be very much under the control of the turbulence of the water. Could also be a hydroid too. That's another option.
Oh, copy that. Thank you.
Yeah, so far it looks okay.
Science, we were just going to get a little more footage of this anemone feeding.
Yep. Whenever you're satisfied, we're ready to go.
Camera's at 50 now and it's still moving a little bit, but you still got some space. Sounds good. Yeah.
So we are noticing as we're going up some spots where there looks to be some recent fracturing in the rock. Off the right-hand side, seems to be a good example.
Yep, still swinging.
There seems to be a lot of
You should be
fresh rock surface. This could be a result of some sort of failure in the rock. Pretty deep too.
Yeah, I think it's stopping now.
So the lasers there are 10 centimeters. I would say this probably goes a meter and a half into the side of the slope here.
This is a nice, angle of how thick that crust is.
Yeah, good size. Look at how sharp that slope is as well. Very smooth.
Way to bring in your... okay. Yep.
So, pilot, we have a request from shore, if it's possible, at your convenience, of course. If you feel comfortable, if you see any rocks inside those areas where it's carved out of the side, could you grab any? Yep. Yeah, I think at your convenience.
Right here.
Those are the kinds of areas, though, we're looking for getting a better handle on the fresher rock surfaces.
That's a rock.
It could be a candidate.
The rock to the left, yeah, that you're scrolling into, is that one loose? I don't know if that's attached or...
Yeah, looks like it's settled out. You want me to center up on you?
It's deceptive. It looks loose, but it's awfully weirdly perched to be loose. I think if you tap it and it is loose, it's gone.
I think that it's worth a shot. Let me just check with shore side. Jason, does this look okay with for you? This one, it's kind of to the right of the lasers now. They're going to try and see if it's free. Yeah, that's correct, pilot. We're going to go for that one if it's available, that one that's jutting out.
Oh. Okay, now if you'll help us keep an eye on D2 and Sirius.
Absolutely.
Okay. Sure. Is it?
I'm not. Oh, here's a sample. The port rock box has a sample in it.
You want me to take main? Oh.
That's a big one, yeah.
Drylock's still on.
All right, pilot. I think you know we've seen 2 of these types of cutaways so far, so we'll be hopeful that we can see another.
Sure.
But this is probably the most three-dimensional habitat we've seen so far.
Just to give you an
at this
update,
slope
at about
on the dive.
300, and
We're
cameras at
passing
about 80.
2,570 meters. Biology is pretty sparse in this area, although we've noticed cladorized sponges, these carnivorous sponge species that eat plankton, as well as occasionally some bryozoans or some small encrusting sponges.
I'll follow you and center up on 270 again. Gotcha. Sure.
So far we've only seen one fish, right? The same one, the Bathy. Oh, okay. Two fishes. Still pretty sparse. Everything is pretty angular here, rock-wise. Looks like that horn sponge we've been seeing, horn-shaped or cone-shaped sponge at the bottom of this little area.
Okay, just about 270 now. Sure.
This seems to be
Yeah,
some
hard
sort
to
of
judge.
stalk off in the distance. Can we snap zoom on that stalk now in the center? And there we go. And jelly, yeah, red jellyfish too. Some sort of medusa. Much further away. Looking at what looks to be a bamboo coral here. We're just trying to get a good picture of the nodes. Yeah, they're very thin, but I can see them. They're more golden colored rather than the brown we usually see on the larger bamboos, but it's a very fleshy colony. Polyps are, well, polyps here look to be more cylindrical when the polyp is retracted. But yeah, they don't, trying to get a closer look at the sclerites now, but can't see any. It's bouncing around quite a bit. It's okay if, yeah. Oh, there we go, thank you. So I do start to see now some of the longer, some of the polyps at least have sclerites around the tentacles or between the tentacles. They're not extremely long, but oh, I think that'll be that. Thanks, pilot. Back to the rocks. I mean, morphologically, this dive is fascinating. It's a great follow-up to yesterday, where we were seeing these more pinnacle features. We're seeing something very similar today. There's just a little bit less sediment drape, or a little bit more sediment drape, I would say, than yesterday.
Probably almost ready.
When we were in the
move.
Caribbean
Like
Basin.
We can see behind it pretty well with Sirius. So when y'all are comfortable, I can call it in. It definitely, yeah, it starts right here. Okay. 20 meters again? Okay. Bridge, RV nav. Hey, we're ready to put in another ship move. 20 meters, 270, 0.2 knots. Good copy. Yes.
Things look to be a little bit smoother here, not as jagged and angular. I would even maybe throw out the word lumpy to describe some of the rock. Although in these channels, like the one we're seeing to the right here, there seems to be some blocks and large boulders making their way downhill.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot more what could be movement, you know, in the past at this site than much more than yesterday's site.
Yeah.
We had a hard time trying to find a loose rock.
Yeah. We did find a loose rock at the end, but I don't think it was the same type of rock that we were seeing much deeper, but we'll leave that up to our geological friends on shore. It's pretty smooth here.
Yeah.
Pretty significant sediment drape. You can still see some of the rock underneath, but sediment seems to be pretty well covering a lot of the rock surface.
Can we snap zoom, pilot, to the thing that's right above the lasers? Not sure what that is. Oh, there's a small fish too. Oh, it might be a sponge. Yeah, it's a glass sponge.
Might even,
Is this? But it has some weird type
Yeah.
of filaments around it.
yeah, I think just maybe a few seconds more. It kind of looks like one of the stock sponges, but yeah, those filaments are weird. They've kind of entrained a lot of this sargassum.
Looks like there's a couple amphipods living within those filaments. Or maybe trapped.
Yeah. I wonder if it uses those filaments to prop itself up a little bit from maybe falling downhill. I'm pretty sure those belong to that sponge, although it's possible that they might not. All right. Satisfied?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Set ourselves a pretty ambitious dive
Looks
track
like
today.
I'm starting to swing.
Oh, small
There's
little
a
fish.
Looks like I've started to move.
This is a demersal fish, or I would say,
I think we saw this yesterday. This was a really dark one, a phytoform that we...
we didn't get a good idea on it.
No.
I don't remember seeing this yesterday. I do remember seeing something like this on another day. But yeah, it's unusual to see fishes on these very steep vertical bottom habitats.
Thank you, Bridge.
Okay, that's good. Thanks, Pilot.
It just finished its move. I was going to give it a couple minutes and then. Some of these rocks might be loose, I don't know.
Some blocky debris here. Some of it has a little bit fresher surface.
I was thinking maybe that one up there, at the top of your screen. I don't know, maybe.
While we were zooming into that bamboo coral a while back, we saw a medusa that we thought where we usually see more in the midwater.
Yeah,
It was a red medusa. Suggested to be in the family Rhopalonematidae by our midwater expert on shore, Mike Ford, who will be joining us in just over an hour's time or so for the second portion of our dive.
might be, yeah. Just might be. I wasn't calling Bridge.
Pilot, it was kind of specific to those kind of failures that we were seeing before. So I'll probe the shore side and see if they want another rock from this area. But I think we're going to look for something like we were seeing before. Seems to be a shell or some sort of debris in the oddly white structure.
I didn't hear what they wanted to do on that rock. They said they weren't looking for it there. They were looking for it in a
Kind of looks
different
like a face.
Okay.
Maybe
Oh yeah,
seeing
in the sand.
Can we take a picture of the that rock that just above the lasers right now? It kind of looks like a face in the sand.
Looks like a monkey.
You don't see that every day. So maybe just a quick look.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a monkey. That's good.
We're trying too hard to entertain ourselves today, but thanks, Pilot, for entertaining us.
Yep.
Yeah.
I actually could have gotten that in about a minute ago. Yeah, I'll go ahead and get the same one. Bridge, RV nav. We're ready for another ship move. 20 meters, 270, 0.2 knots. Yes, sir.
Co-pilot, this is your winch speaking. Can you hear me?
Winch, are you on deck A or?
Alpha, yeah.
This is pilot. Co-pilot's gonna turn you on now.
Gotcha now.
Carl wants to look at the winch. When you're in a good position to go off stick for a couple minutes, let me know.
Okay, let me come up a little bit. Pilot, just to be advised, I'm going to be stuck at altitude for a bit. Okay.
Copy that. Yep.
I'm going to try to get a little bit higher since we just started a move.
Yeah,
so
that's a good idea.
I don't want to swing into you, but you're also,
A ways out.
yeah.
Yeah, you should be good there.
Okay, I think we're okay for now. If you guys want to test out some stuff.
Understood. We'll let you know when we're done. Shouldn't take long.
Okay.
So we're still continuing upslope. It's rising pretty rapidly. We're at 2,535 meters right now, making some pretty significant vertical motion over the past hour.
Yeah.
I see cucumber.
I don't even see it. Oh,
Hanging
yeah, there
on.
it is.
Yeah.
Everything looks like rocks.
We don't quite have the tether to go all the way to that holothorian, but
Should be catching up shortly.
yeah.
We saw many of those on the seafloor, so that's likely that holothurian was already imaged.
Copy.
But if video needs some footage, by all means.
I think we're okay.
Okay. Is that a stick?
Yeah.
Kinda reminds me of
Looks like
maybe a wood fall.
fall.
Take a closer look. We got some time. Video, you want to do a snap zoom here? Potential stick. Yeah.
Oh, it's a good stick.
Stick.
Exactly what we thought it was.
Yeah.
We've been looking at a lot of sticks and organic debris on the seafloor the past few days, and we were remarking that off of La Pirguera that site was particularly noteworthy because it had a large number of woodfalls in the form of possible mangrove or bamboo was observed also. Mangrove and bamboo wood debris on the seafloor. We collected a little bit of it to better understand the woodfall communities. They're pretty unique in the deep sea.
It's like branching.
Oh, I thought that was just the contour of the rock.
Yeah.
Was it the dark or was it lighter?
Not sure. It had a shadow.
Can we look to the left, just outside of the frame, Violet?
Sure.
Yeah, it has. Or is it?
This here?
Yeah. Maybe it's a rock. Yeah, it looks like the rock. I thought it was a shadow. Yeah.
File break real quick.
Yeah.
I'm seeing things.
Yeah, control, we have a loose fitting, kind of a dripping, decent amount of fluid, so we're going to tighten it up. Please stay off the stick.
Understood, winch.
Copy that.
Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Stacy Williams y estoy con Steve Auskovich. Hoy estamos explorando un pared oeste del cañón submarino de Mona. Estamos en noroeste de la costa de Puerto Rico. Hoy estamos explorando
Give me 1 second.
las características
We've been here for a while.
geológicas en
We've been
este
here for a while.
pared.
I think it finished up, but I think I'm still swinging probably.
Yeah, the ship looks stationary. I'm gonna clean up these track lines if you guys don't mind.
Y en la tarde, cerca de 2:30, tenemos una exploración de las comunidades que viven en la columna de agua. Plancton son animales microscópicos. Vamos a caracterizar las comunidades.
Okay.
En diferentes profundas.
Yeah.
Empezamos este buceo a la profundidad de 2.700 metros y ahora estamos en 2.533 metros. I think there's a fish. I think it's an inops.
Yeah, you can see
Dies.
see those
Photophores.
photophores very, very far away. Kind of like satellite dishes for reflecting light.
You would think that they would be vulnerable
Yeah,
to
it kinda looks like it.
predators with that, you know? If we could see them far away.
Yeah. I wonder
Carl,
what
Jeff, we're going to come
kind
out
of
to
predators would prey on
shed
fishes
plane
at
with
this
you
depth.
guys.
I mean, you know that
Okay, are we still off winch?
Yeah, that's correct. Remain
you
off
know that
winch
there
for
are
now.
a lot of these
Okay.
ambush fishes that
thanks.
sit on the slope like
Probably
this.
will come up a little
like
bit,
the
and
Halosaurus
then
we saw
we're going to
for,
secure the
sorry,
winch, and then we're going to
Baphosaurus
change
we
an
saw
O-ring,
earlier.
and then we're going to
These
be
guys
back on the winch.
probably
So they'll talk
smaller
to you.
planktivorous.
Okay.
More
If you could tell them to hurry on up, we
small
got a.
demersal crustaceans.
You can-
but
We're not exactly comfortable
we
right
don't
here.
know
Understood.
or really think about what
I'll
would eat them.
talk to Vinny real quick.
Copy.
We could have the ship go back 10 or something. Just to get it out of this.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Nav, could you move us back 10?
Bridge, RV nav. Hey, we need to put in a ship move. 10 meters at 090, 0.2 knots. Good copy.
All right, you guys can haul in if you need to.
Okay,
You're clear.
copy. Copy, winch. They're here now. We're going to talk to them.